with the creative director of WET here at PAX, Patrick. Is it Patrick?
Yes, it is.
All right, and why don't you tell us a little bit about WET? Now, we interviewed you guys at E3. You told us all about the game, but as you were telling me earlier, before a game is released, everything's so hectic. You know, sometimes you might not be able to cover all the stuff that you want to cover, but now the game is finished. It is going to be released September 15th in the United States. So you guys are done, and you guys are in the twilight period after the release of the game, just showing it off. Tell us about WET.
Yeah, well, we're enjoying the people trying it out right now, and the energy. A lot of people haven't had a chance to try it so far, so they're discovering the controls and the whole grindhouse universe that we're going for. The whole idea of combining acrobatics, shooting, and sword into one seamless system. You know, we're trying to create these really fancy, high-flying combat sequences where you can sort of chain a lot of moves together, create these really kick-ass choreographies. And we really build like the system in a way that the playing with style and doing all that stuff is actually the most effective way to play the game, and people are having a lot of fun from discovering all that. It's all set into this sort of 70s grindhouse kind of universe with the characters and the grime on the camera and all that. And people are having fun with that.
Would you say that a good explanation of the game is like a combination of Max Payne and Kill Bill?
Yeah, definitely. Like if you look at Kill Bill, the Crazy 88 kind of fight, the kind of energy there, like a whole bunch of people, like high body count, high flying, beyond defying the laws of physics a little bit, in terms of the action. That's definitely what WET is all about.
So how much how much influence would you say that Quentin Tarantino had on the game?
Well, there was definitely influence in terms of the vibe that we wanted to get in terms of the gameplay recipe, and we wanted something that was really flowy, that people can really express themselves with, and we wanted to create, there's been like great action games from Japan, and they have that, that very well-known traditional flavor, and we wanted to create something different, a little more unique, a little Western take on the action genre.
Yeah, and I mean, clearly you've been, getting that question a lot. A lot of people have been asking. I actually got that question in my ear from the chat room. People wanted to know, Quentin Tarantino, and you must have heard that so much. And, it's not a crazy parallel to make because you got the film noir, grindhouse stuff going on. You got the crazy bloody violence going on. You got the swords and the guns, and we all know Quentin Tarantino. We all know what he's all about. At some point, some people might say, why don't you just put Quentin Tarantino Presents in front of your title, right?
Yeah, well, I think the really cool thing for us about the Grindhouse was it was the best way of communicating what the game's all about. It's not a game that takes itself too seriously. This is really over-the-top kind of universe, and once you buy into that, once you look at it, it's like, okay, I can buy that, Ruby with, a character would jump off the walls and run along and jump on cars and stuff and shoot around, 360 degrees and flip her body and land on her back and start, rise with the sword and all kinds of stuff like that. That just makes it a lot more believable within the confines of the universe that we've established for the game.
All right. Now, as the creative director, what would you say is your favorite feature been so far for WET?
I think I really like Ruby as a character. I think it's just really iconic. But I think probably gameplay-wise, it's the split targeting system that we developed, where as soon as you start doing acrobatics, one arm locks on automatically onto a target, and then you can use the camera controls to aim manually to pull off like a headshot or kill two guys at once. It's very intuitive. It's very easy for people to pick up because it's a natural extension of some of the controls that you're used to in shooters, but it actually allows you to really take advantage of the dual guns, and allows you to get some immediate gratification when you pick up the game for the first time, but also allows you to grow into it and develop some skill as you go on through the adventure.
All right, and now you guys have recently released a demo. What is the vibe and the feel been of the demo? What has been the reactions from the public for the demo?
I think the reaction's been great, and people have had a lot of fun with it. They've understood like some of the, because they heard about these concepts of slow motion shooting. I read stuff on forums and stuff like, slow motion shooting all the time. Does that get too easy? When people actually try it, then they get a feel for it. They're like, oh, okay, I see what it does. So you're really powerful, but you get thrown a whole bunch of enemies at you at the same time as well. So the challenge is there to match the kind of power that we give the players.
Now, if any, what kind of difference is there between the demo and the final version?
There's the demo that's on, because we have different demos. We got a different demo gear today at PAX than we do online. So the online demo is a little bit older than the final version, but it should give a really good impression what the game is all about and then basically what to expect.
All right. Now, somebody in the in the chat room wanted to know if you guys were planning any kind of character customization.
Well, in terms, actually, the whole point system in the game is really based on upgrading Ruby and upgrading her weapon. So the better you play, and you start pulling off headshots and varying your moves and stuff, you're raising like a multiplier, and you get more points for each kill that you pull off. And those points are actually spent as currency in the upgrade shop to unlock new abilities for Ruby and upgrade her weapon. So the better you play, the quicker you're going to have all the moves, and then you're going to be able to shoot like anywhere, anytime. From poles and ladders and zip lines and ledges, and basically like create this continuous flow of action all the time.
Okay. Now, this is a question from the chat room, and they want to know by character customization. They want to know, like, could you change the look of Ruby at all?
No, Ruby is who she is. You don't want to mess with her.
You get the questions from the chat room, and they want to know, can I do this? Can I do that? And sometimes they'll look at that character and go, I wonder what she would look like as a blonde. And so they ask the question, and they make me ask you the question. So now I got to get it from you.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's very much in the action game tradition. It is a set story. We got
a static character
for sure. But I think a lot of people are really attracted to her and like finding out more about her. She's got this mysterious look to her. She's kind of like, a lot of people compare her to sort of a modern, contemporary female version of the Man with No Name. The classic Eastwood kind of character. She's got that vibe a little bit to her, and that makes her pretty interesting.
Now, one thing that I want the people at home to see is, okay, look at our shirts. Look at our shirts. We did not plan this at all. We went to E3. Bethesda gave me this really awesome wet shirt, and I thought it was so awesome that I had to wear it here. And it's comfortable. It is really cool looking, and I'm wearing it here. And I go to talk to this guy to bring him over for an interview, and we kind of just had a moment. And if you can see, we're dressed alike. Now these shirts are really cool, and I want to know, will there be a pre-order bonus where you can get a shirt like this?
I don't know about the pre-order bonus. There might be something about a shirt and posters and stuff like that. If you do happen to be here at PAX, though, we are giving away these shirts at the booth right now. So, but they are in limited quantity, so I don't know if we'll have them for all the 3 days.
Hear that? So anybody at home that is thinking of coming to PAX, you got to get one of these shirts. Now, people want to know how many different platforms it is going to appear on. What are the individual platforms?
Well, it's going to be on both 360 and PS3. It's coming out September 15th in the US and September 18th in Europe. And that's all the platforms that we're going for. Wii is not really
So you're not going for PC?
PC, we get asked that a lot, especially like we were at Gamescom a couple of weeks back, and a lot of people there were asking about that. There are no plans. There's nothing to announce right now at this point. So all I can say for now is no. Only, but it was definitely developed as a console game, so it's got that vibe to it.
All right, awesome. Now, are there any final talking points that you want to give for the game? Anything about Wet that you want to tell the people at home to get them really interested in it and wanting to buy it the moment it comes out on the 15th?
I think give it a try. It's this really fun new take on the action genre. It's got a new recipe to it. This trifecta of moves that we got, the high flying acrobatics and shooting and sword. Different games have done these components separately before, but it's never been done this way in this unified form. And I think it's a lot of fun. Playing is believing in our case, I think.
All right, well, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, Patrick. Now, everybody check it out. Wet, you can download the demos on Xbox Live Arcade and, Xbox Live and PlayStation Network right now. The game is releasing on the 15th in the United States, on the 18th in Europe and in the rest of the world. Go pick it up, go play it, go try it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, and back to you, Shane.